It's like a juggling act. You're stepping on a tight rope and it's like, sometimes you can't balance it.
So as a typical male, I went into my own shell and, hit the alcohol and didn't want anyone around.
After the divorce, I felt lots of pain, like physical and plus psychological pain. And I couldn't also speak to my friends either because I felt like it's a lot of shame.
Mental illness is quite a challenge, It's a lot of intergenerational trauma that our mob have suffered throughout time.
My recovery journey is a roller coaster. As a migrant, I come here, I don't have much social support network.
De partida yo le tenía terror. Por eso que es importante que las mujeres que pasan todo esto no se queden.
I think that that's the biggest journey for us, is to try to navigate the maze of where do we get help, where do we go to, who do we turn to, who's there to support us.
وإذا بنقدر نحكي مع حدا عالم نفسي أو بنحكي مع المستشارين عطينا مرحلة إن نطلع الألم من جواتنا.
Aboriginal men have got a voice, but they've been shut down for many, many years. They've lost purpose, they've lost responsibilities, they've lost their families, they've lost their lives.
I think mental illness is such a big word, and it's something that a lot of people still don't really understand because it's not really something that exists in my home language. It was just things like, everyone goes through a tough time, everyone feels anxious sometimes, everyone feels a little bit depressed.
I guess one of the successes was that I had a job and, I just had to get up and go to work.
And then I went to my GP and then I told him that, look, I'm suffering. And immediately he said, okay, you need to see my counselor. She's great. I feel like, okay, I can tell her what I'm thinking. And then I was actually getting my, self-confidence back.
Learn to understand your illness and understand what's the triggers, what's the early warning signs from you.
Your own well-being is very important, to look after yourself, number one. Without looking after yourself, then it's very hard to look after somebody else.
I pamper myself. I go to a beautician more often and I relax. I have a cup of coffee with friends.
So self-care for me was just taking that 5 minutes in the shower where if I needed to cry, I could cry. If I needed to scream, I could scream.
I think culture plays a major part in recovery from mental illness.
The boys will swim or we'll get out and we'll have a game of cricket. And those who can't really bowling over, then they might be playing euchre over here, and a bit of a laugh where you hear a kind of burst of laughter where you've got somebody's euchred or...
This idea that mental health workers have it all together is not right, and we need coping skills as much as everybody else does.
People don't know what somebody's walking with from the outside, and we need to stop judging people who have mental illness.
There needs to be a more open space. We need to tell our stories. It's about truth-telling. It's about our journeys. So our journeys into understanding is what we're looking for.